I know a lot of people will be saying things like Kassadin coming through. Cassiopeia maybe not as much, but it's just an Azir. And it's an interesting composition, Kitty. Run me through WEs to kick us off, because I feel JDG off of that semi-final roster with I1D from LNG, a very structured bottom lane that's doing really well.
I1D?
Is he going to do it?
Is he going to flash?
He's going to flash. Oh, he would.
He's going to do it.
He would.
Oh,
I1D! Remember when Lumao was on the WE with almost about 800 gold lead here in game number 1. So as the Dragon goes down, Infernal comes next, and Hung has movement there. Dredge line not getting through the Vault Breaker from Hao. Yeah, as Lola gets a binding, but the depth charge continues it off, and Nature's Grasp comes through. The Ents go marching in as Hope channels in on LWX, gets the rend, and WE turn to the next. The shove, beautiful from Shanks. This WE looks so much better. The Shanks has to flash away because FPX bring it on out. Shallow who pops the ulti, goes into play form, a mini Aurelia in this top lane for FPX with the flash from Bubu. Wants to take down Care, but the range is only just out. The Shallow who can't get under the turret in time. It's WE who make it massive item advantages right now. And as Hung pops the ulti in, I think this is going to be trouble. FPX are caught by the 2 as Dredge line depth charge, 3-man knockup.
Oh, no.
Hope with the rend into the backline. Hao is there. Care at least getting an assassination. Helps out Hao to get his first kill of the game. But how does Dragon continue on as Bubu moves down? And it looks like it will be 1-for-1, but the Dragon still in WE's favor.
Overall, still a winning fight for WE, but this Lux has been suffering. As we can tell, this matchup is not going too hot for Lola, but this scaling into the late game.
Yeah, again, when a game that we talked a lot about FPX needing to snowball, right?
Or doesn't have enough CC to set up these team fights. And
I guess easy it is for Shanks to play more dangerously as he picked up another turret at the top side, but meanwhile WE engage against the Herald play with one of their own. Lola stuck in place, a Bramble smash and a smash
he
from
burns
Hope
the flash.
as well. The world semi-final 80 carry Kitty. He's doing well as well on his new team.
Terrible debut for Lola, but honestly, props to I1D because he has been so active with these team fights in mid lane. Oh, another team fight.
Yeah, but you have an Azir, a Dredge line to save out as well. Hope burns his flash, so...
Oh, and we are at Dragon Soul Point. How will Care play this team fight? Because this Azir cannot live for long if they want to grab the Dragon.
It's going to depend, as you said, Shallow who needs to get in there, but it starts off with a Nature's Grasp at 4k. But Hao is given the opportunity to 50-50 this one off with Vault Breaker in, doesn't get the steal, and now Dredge line in. Spark doesn't do too much. As Shallow, who is at half HP and can't use his ultimate, he's too squishy at that point. Shanks builds space yet again from Care, who seems to be the biggest threat of FPX. But no damage is done. WE stay alive as 5, and Dragon Soul Point is acquired. And Kitty, I mean, they're moving up towards Baron.
They are going to grab the Baron up. Vi going in, the K'Sante going in. Nothing's dying, so in the end, the Vi can only tank for so long when you're up against a Nazir and a Kalista with 2 items.
Yep.
How long can FPX really go on for?
Oh, an attempt, at least with the final spark from Lola, but Baron goes some damage here as Hung goes for his usual red buff invade while they're trying to get onto I1D. Vault Breaker turns into Assault and Battery on top of Hope. He cease and desist, and they've got the pick you were after. A massive shutdown here for FPX as the Nature's Grasp comes through and locks down everyone. UB has to flash out, but the health bars are getting low once again on FPX as Care has to disengage from the fight. Shallow who went all out for this one, but now he's dead and out. And you're right, the only one was Hope as Shanks flies through the skies. Doesn't even need a divide. Red buff is helping out WE at this point. And as good as it looked with the shutdown, WE just always seemed to get more.
That was a really good pick coming out of Vi. He spotted that the Kalista was out of position in mid lane, and they committed for that kill. Honestly, FPX is in a very desperate situation where they're not being able to find that lead in the early game, and this is a result of it.
They're not doing too much damage, but at least Hung goes down in the end. They catch him out once again on that side of the jungle we talked about. Hao goes down to half HP, but it's 30 seconds before Dragon, and Hung is got a 30-second death timer, Kitty. Maybe for FPX, that's something to note.
The engage?
However, Dredge line comes through, and K'Sante dying, a very foreign experience.
I'm really wondering how will they get their hands onto the carries?
Well, not this way, that's for sure. I mean, Care's just taken
Traps
down.
haven't been set up, and Caitlyn is late to the fight.
Very, very late as Hauye is now zoned out from the fight completely. Bubu moves into Shallow, who once again, and Baron is just gone. As simple as that for WE, who now lead by 10,000 gold in the first game of the split. 6-0 on Shanks as FPX might not be done with this. They're looking for this Azir, but he's level 16. Can they get through the crown? It's held for a while, but he's shoved back into the team. Goes golden. And that's an AP Maokai. At least Shanks should be dying here. He should be dying here. But he takes so long to do so. As Hauye running for his life. They thought 2 versus 1 would be enough as Hope sends forward with the Fate's Call. The depth charge helps out. Dredgeline is out of range. And Hauye is now on the chase out of there.
IE, and he has the range to deal with this Azir. But it really depends on how the Renekton plays these teamfights. Because if you have a Renekton and Maokai on the Caitlyn's face, then she can't really DPS. And with the Akali proving that she's not as strong as we would have liked her to be, this Caitlyn is the main focal point for these teamfights if FPX wants to win.
I mean, if FPX are going to ever fight again, because they're being assaulted on so many different fronts. They left Care in the side lane bot side to push into that inner turret and try and get some bounty gold. But, I mean, WE assaulting. There is a TP, though. You look at Care TPing so far behind enemy lines, but Shallow, who's already dead, Bubu's dying. Care has made the ultimate TP, but the game might just be over before he gets involved. Oh, Care had a great thought process, but unfortunately, it just wasn't it. As he now gets pierced by Shanks. WE are walking this into the base. The opening game of the LPL 2023 Spring is coming to a close. And it's WE who went winless in series last year, who've opened us up with a banger and are looking so much more promising here to round us out with a domination over FPX.
What an amazing debut game.
Why?
Oh
This is plaguing League of Legends. No one likes this champion right now. The tier item is absolutely bonkers. And Kassadin on 2 items is just Hung go. You know what? You don't have time. Yeah, he's going there. Right there. Hits the Gromp though, looking for the steal instead. But the smite comes through. It was Hauye who picked that up, so he gets a bit of a heal. Hung though still taking the engage. But the problem is, Hauye, as he flashes the Hammer Shock, has Conqueror up and running. The flash! Oh!
Yep, and with Poppy just grabbing the first blood in this game, she will have a significant item advantage.
Okay, didn't expect this one. Sorry to cut you off. Care's just been caught out and Hung just comes on in. So, I feel like we're going to watch this one with bated breath. Guess who's back?
Again?
Yeah, he's coming right back in. Slicing Maelstrom there. We'll find the stun up. Hauye's timing just not great. Has to burn the flash, but at the very least, the kill goes down to this Wukong, who has the Herald timing out just about now. So, timing is perfect. LWX has to cleanse the lightning crash down. The wild growth flash from Lurla to help his AD carry is so close to still dying. But LWX now wants to re-engage. Boomerang Blade hits only the tip and Care comes on in. The flash there on Hope. Kassadin close to getting himself a kill. We look away. Why? That's because Hope's Aegis is now stacking. And level 11 is, again, second level of the ulti as Hauye comes in with the Cyclone. We look at this Herald fight that's just turning up. Care now looking for targets in the back line. Remember that next level of ulti is coming out huge as Hung's going to feel the brunt of it. Run away with the Force Pulse. And the first kill, maybe of many, coming over to Care, but he's not done yet. Bubu locked up against the turret. And the Kassadin smells a free kill. All it takes is a minion wave coming through as Bubu doesn't have the ulti. He burnt it before. Hauye takes the kill, but nevertheless, an assist, a turret, and gold for FPX in this game too to equalize.
Poor Bubu just waiting out his inevitable death under tier 1 tower. But really good things coming out from the side of FPX as Kassadin picks up a lot of gold from the Herald fight. Although Herald didn't get taken because it is despawning. Oh, it is not despawning, sorry.
Lightning crash out though. Look for one in the bot lane. Is the TP going to come in time? Shanks so close to killing LWX. Shallow, who the hero? And LWX almost died to the turret, but thank God for the level up healing of coup de grace. Excuse me, you know what I'm talking about. Coup de grace, very different from Triumph, but you're right. The Triumph that saves the day is Shanks down to 1v2. Some good damage, but it's not going to stop the Herald who gets the inner turret, rather. for F.
They do need to start forcing fights. With the Cannon and the Silas, they have amazing team fight opportunities, but now...
Going around at the moment.
Jackie?
Nah, but I tell you what, there's something I'll get to it as well. Look, all 5 members are here. On the Hunt is popped as well. Hung's angle is going to be huge as it's the walk that starts us off, and how, with the ulti, he's going to be locked down. He gets a second round up on the Cyclone while Hung sends away Care. The Kassadin out, and a Hextech solve for this team. Maybe change things as Care has caught out Hung. The level 15 Kassadin can't get in the ring though, as the Poppy needs to get in towards Dragon to get the smite down. At 2,000, it's going back up, it's resetting while Shallow decides to bring the Master at Arms back into it. Care jumps on in, FPX start obliterating, and LWX buys his space as Shanks tries to get out of there with a flash, but Care's following suit. Golden in the nick of time as Kassadin continues to leap forward. Cares at max stacks, and no cares in the world for the mid laner with a triple denied the quadra. FPX are back in the
ulti, while Xiaolahu is pressuring so much the attention of head in XP has gone AD, where he hasn't had enough time to really chuck out those orders and DPS the Jax down, because this Kassadin, 3 items online, get those ultis stacked up, they're gonna die in a second.
I mean, he's not even being matched right now by that AD cannon, right? Pushing up in the top side while FPX are destroying these inner turrets. On the Hunt has to be popped by Hope because he's scared of Care jumping on his face. And just like that, 2 turrets gone, while BuBu will be able to trade. But a trade at this point in a negative fashion. Not going to do too much for WE here, Kitty.
This cannon cannot go with Counter-Strike.
Oh God, wrong time. Oh, Hope is not what he has. That was just hard to witness. And now in a 2v1, Care, he's going in still, but the Zony's Hourglass is there. Remember, Hung has that protein shake. Thank you, Rusty, for the name. As we look towards that backline, it's LWX and Shallow trying to get involved. BuBu has to flash away. All he can do is auto attack at the small range that Cannon has. Yeah, Jaksho the Protean. Again, protein shake. Rusty, you're an absolute genius. Thank you for saving me before. It just hasn't been seen that much, hasn't been used as an initiating factor to really absorb any of the damage here, Kitty. And FPX are just getting free team fights over and over again. Now they're going to get a free base too.
Jaksho has definitely been. I'm gonna get brainwashed and call it Jaksho Protein Shake. I believe it's what he said. Yeah. Okay.
Hell yeah, it is.
Really good start to day one,
especially with the damage that comes out. Already the 1v1's not looking great, and I will say, BB versus LWX, I think this cannon just can't 1v1 anyone. He didn't even need the Lulu as Everfrost is nicely dodged. LWX with the fancy footwork now flashed on, but here comes Hao Ye to bring the situation, but Hung sends him out. Keeper's verdict through as LWX is flashed into nothing. It's no stun from the Poppy, and now that Care's arrived, it's FPX who are going to bring us to a game number 3. Pack it in, take it through, a quadra kill in their first series. Care with a great revisit after game 1 was so cut and dry. This one was a stomp as well, as FPX get their first game win of the split.
Definitely an amazing game.
Straightforward, but no, Soraka? Okay, this is just a very different bottom lane.
This is a very different bottom lane. Well, with the Heimerdinger being single-handedly being meta and introduced to 13.1 by Barrel Out, that Turtle Crab could realistically been the Vise, but Kasante was pushed out.
Oh no. Hope was hopeful, but LWX comes through, ran for first blood, dodges the Q from I1D. A quick hop around means I1D who gets stunned up! Oh, the Donga combination! Now LWX will die.
That's where they're playing extremely aggressive with this lane priority that they have been gaining from
the lane dominance. Vampire Scepter also help him stay nice and healthy here. So this is just a big move. But meanwhile, Hung's here. Assault and Battery going to be used. Rather cease and desist comes through. And LWX gets shut down and it goes to Hope. Lola is now spat back out. But guess what? Standing here, even with the stun I1D, will get traded off. But it's a 2-for-1 in favor of W. Kill this time behind enemy lines. Hope doesn't have that ultimate available, but now as Lola gets spotted out, cease and desist on top. He can't move. Hung with his second kill. Smart pathing leads to a beautiful. Now is the question. Now Fate's call. No, I1D almost dead. Aldi's out. That Ophelia assault hits everyone. A scout of the week of a legend.
It doesn't matter.
But it does not. You're exactly right, because Dragon goes
in this
down.
lane, and whenever this Gwen does move down eventually for the Herald.
Oh, caught out. Good scout of the week. Unleashed power, not enough, but Hung gets the kill by default. I think that was just red buff. The pick that doesn't come through means that for WE, they get to stick around, and this turret right for the taking. It's going to be first turret of the game, guys. And it's going to push WE into a goal.
And kills him straight away with the Cinder Burst.
Well, maybe Wukong starts it first. You talked about the Vi on top. There you go. Scout of the week. Beautiful. Shanks lines it up as Shallow wants to go all out, but now he's so squishy in the middle of 5 people. The Cassante curse. Absolutely real. With 5 members of WE left standing, and FPX are blown apart through their topside jungle.
WE has barely picked up their mythics, and that was the amount of burst that the Syndra was able to deliver with just a Ludens and Sork boots. Wukong was pretty much deleted after the second he engaged onto the bot lane of WE, which didn't result in any summoners being spent, which is really good, and an overall win for WE.
An overall win to stop the Dragon stacking, right? As you were saying, FPX start to stack up the MR against an Akali, against another AP solo laner in the Gwen.
This, I feel, is starting to become a huge problem with his range.
Been given time there, right? But here we go. The needlework comes through. Shallow, whose angle is actually great, but the third shot doesn't connect. Meanwhile, Cassante diff. Holy moly! Finding his way into the back line, but hell yeah, getting a response. Many people dying across some of the streets. Can't try to get out, but Hope, that's a semi-finals. World 80 carry for you. The Chad move forward is always the right way as WE win out the fight. 3 members left standing, pushing down mid. The scatter of the week on LWX, close as they come. And Hope and Shanks standing strong with W1D1 once again.
What a beautiful team fight coming out for WE, where they have 3 melee champions from the side of FPX in their top side. Kalista and Heimerdinger technically
by himself. Cassante is a loose unit at that, as he tries to set up for the Q passive and set up for the knockback. Shanks now zoning off Kara as well. Low health bars on FPX. Needlework comes through. FPX have to make the play, but the scout of the week goes everywhere. Shanks sends them up to stand with their mouth wide open. But Hung, unfortunately, was gawking himself. Dragon getting low, but there's no smite. However, WE still secure with the flash forward from Hope, who doesn't kill Hao. Yeah, LWX with the ultimate as well. A good knock-up. It's a 3-man, but FPX don't have any damage there. Bubu goes all out, plays the Aurelia game, and makes it 1-for-1. The fight gets even more chaotic as Shallow, who comes back in off a TP and starts playing with the sewing machine. WE get away, the heal help. Need a ward.
Kalista has the rend available.
6k, you're right, the rend helps out. The TP, though, immediately comes through as Lola goes down to half HP. Bubu now in the back of the pit, he's stacking up the Q yet again, presses W. Rams on forward as Hung now with the Volt Breaker as well, Salt and Battery. Look in the backline though, Care on Hope! The Akali slashes and dashes through. That could be everything for FPX as WE are getting slaughtered. And Care may have just won the series. Scout of the week builds space, but no stun. As LWX ran for a shutdown.
Do whatever she wanted. Because the Syndra decided to opt into a Banshee's Veil for her second item.
But that knock-up actually made the play even better, so shout out for the energy that comes through from this Heimerdinger support. As after that play, Kitty, Baron's been picked up. A 4-item Kalista we talked about, but FPX now in charge and snowballing through these 2 lanes with the Baron buff. Inner turrets are going down quick.
Now, with Baron being picked up by FPX, the game tempo is at an all-time high, and that's exactly what FPX wants. They want to stop the Aphelios and Syndra scaling to their 3rd item, although Aphelios did pick up his 3rd item after that.
So,
teleport mid lane.
Comes through. Yeah, we are just starting again, aren't we? Hell yeah, trying to get out. Hung, rather, actually burst it down in the end. That Volt Breaker went nowhere. That point in this 31-minute game. Continue to remain in control after that last.
And Hope maintains, but they have also proved that they have the experience and they have the veterancy.
So FPX were a team that, you know, lost Khalid. FPX were a team that we hope didn't lose their identity as Bubu looking for a knockback. Award from WE is going to spot out Care, but is the Baron still going to be standing there? Howyeah's trying to run in quick, but getting zoned away. Bubu doing that. Care's trying to jump on top of Shanks as Baron is left for the time being. That's the wish burn. But for WE, their health bars still need a little bit more as Shanks is destroyed by Care. But look at the health bars.
he doesn't decide to pull the trigger.
Well, Hung has flash. It's what's going to take. He goes in, but he's got to go straight back out as Baron secured by the FunPlus Phoenix. A good setback, but Hope now in danger because Care is on a rampage.
To kill the Kalista and Heimerdinger as they wish for, and with Baron and Dragon Soul going to their pot, going into a Kalista and Gwen.
Well, View, we're looking at him mid. Pops a ghost here, trying to get the Tofo strikes. Showdown actually on a ward. Here comes the Vault Breaker into the cease and desist. Even with a Halloween miss, Showdown unable to get himself out of this one. Scatter the Week doesn't need to land because Hope picks up the kill. Great pick apart from the Mercury treads. And you can see that Shanks is just pushing him past his limits. That ultimate's going to be used. Hung found a great pick. Scatter the Week hits the Wukong in a clone as well, but that TP could be huge. As now Care rolls on in. Shanks almost deletes him 100-0 with the ulti. As in a choker, Gwen comes into form. But Bubu's now arrived with the fellow ult follow through from Hope. It's looking good for WE. I1Ds just keep killing them. Could be one shot here with Care. Almost having his ulti up and Hope. Gale forces two-man, grabbing him. That's what you expect now with the Scatter of the Week to follow through. Hope only goes forward. You gotta love LPL carries as the Elder now spawns Kitty with no jungler, with no support. I think WE have got this.
The K'Sante is going to try and stop this Baron from being traded as the rest of the team collects this Elder Dragon. But can he stop it from a Kalista rend on this Baron is the next question, as Syndra comes in with tons of damage.
Because the Dragon's almost taken down. Even Hope's moving. Hung's left to solo it. And there's so much that WE now with Elder. Now with the Baron. Have just flipped this game back. Might be the one who finishes this off. Look at the damage of the turrets. With the Elder, with the Baron. FPX don't want to go near them. And it's just going to give open this inhibitor. Well, Care has to be careful where he stands as well. I mean, Kitty, Gale Force used. Care hit once. Oh my god, the Calibrum, even a big threat as WE are not slowing down. They want to get their first series win in the longest time as Lola is going to be poked out. Has to be Fate's call. FPX with the re-engage in base, but Hope gets away. The execute not there until Lola gets thrown back in. Scatter the Week flushed away from Hope with a double from JDG to WE. He brings the roster into fruition, their first series win in 2 splits. It took a hell of a long time. But Team WE are finally back on the board.